From the brand that brought the best Louis Vuitton Imagination cologne for under 50 bucks. A couple more. Let's talk about it.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern niche or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of fragrances from the brand that brought the best current Louis Vuitton Imagination cologne. This is called Karis Blue Spice. If you haven't already gone onto it, this is 100% the best one right now. It's currently April 2024, okay? So for all of you who want to go down in the comment section and say, no, there's this one now. Look, we're talking about right now, easily better than the Maison Alhambra versions, etc. And it lasts for like 8 to 10 hours. I basically get like the white florals, a little bit of spice, some honeyed water vibes with Louis Vuitton's Imagination. If you like Neroli Portofino, fragrances like that, this is not the same scent profile, but it dabbles into a family of fragrances very similar to that. A little bit more watery, a little bit more versatile and fresh than, actually longer lasting than Neroli Portofino, and this is as well. It doesn't have that same orange undertone as something like Neroli Portofino, and that one goes a little bit thicker and more indolic, which means fattier in towards the whole white floral realm of things. Long story short, Louis Vuitton Imagination on a budget, that's this. It's not as strong, but it lasts long and it projects. It does just fine, especially for under 50 bucks. I think it's 50 to 55, not sure. Worth every penny. And now we have a couple more fragrances from the brand as well. This is from the Empire line. This is called Regent, and we also have Victor. These are really good fragrances. And then lastly is Karis Oud Fire. I saw these in the convention in Dubai. I mean, I saw everything in the convention in Dubai, but finally got my hands on them now. And I fell in love with this fire one. It smells, it's pretty damn fire. So that's not to say that the other two aren't, man. They're hitting us with fragrance, more fragrance fire than we can keep up with, legitimate. This is Karis Oud Fire. Presentation of this is a part of the line of the Karis line, basically, and all of them look the same. They both have the same style, same shapes, etc. And they have these ridges alongst the glass of them. On the sides of both, it's going to say Khadlaj, the name of the brand, and on the top of the caps, both of them will have that K. So scent profile of this, the note breakdown includes cardamom, Devana at the top. In the mid, we've got rose, nutmeg, and in the base, we've got ambergris, vanilla, and patchouli. This reminds me of just like this warm, leathery, creamy, vanillic. It's a beautiful fragrance. This opens up creamy, aromatic. It's got the aromatic Devana. It's got cardamom. Gentlemen, if you like fragrances that are like 1 million elixir, if you like Invictus elixir, if you like those elixirs, this one is like a better version of those. And to my nose, personally, I think it adds a little bit of this leather, patchouli, creamy cardamom, vanilla, Devana. This is a sexy fragrance, man. An easy must-have in terms of date night fragrances for the price tag. Blue Spice is a good one. I'm not crazy about Imagination. If you are, then you should definitely get it. But for me, man, this is fire. This is absolute fire. Creamy vanilla leather along with this cardamom spice, some patchouli, and that Devana. Sexy ass stuff right here, genuinely. I think that this is going to be in that same category. I mean, even Khadlaj, for instance, they had this one, Epoque Artistique. I like Epoque Artistique a little bit more than Invictus Victory Elixir. For me, it takes away a little bit of the patchouli, adds a little bit more amberwoods, lasts 10 plus hours and projects for a hell of a long time. I remember rocking this to a freaking interview at a hospital, and I got a compliment while wearing this one. So yeah, you can wear it wherever you want. And not only that, now they drop this, I don't know, they have a good touch when it comes to doing inspos and twists, and they definitely have more of a twist. I personally have not pinpointed what this is exactly, and I love it for that exact fact. I don't think it's a perfect clone of anything. I haven't smelled anything like this. I have smelled fragrance families like this, of course, as the ones that I mentioned with Devana, cardamom, etc. But this is like a Middle Eastern designer, sexy date night fragrance, but there absolutely has to be leather in here because I smell a certain leather accord. So it could be a combination of a few of the notes that draw or resemble the leather accord, okay? So that's enough about Oud Fire. I think the price tag of this is gonna be anywhere from $50 to $60. At that price point, you're getting designer quality, 100% designer quality with this one. So that's what I think about that one. So the next fragrance is going to be this one right here, Victor Empire. So before I looked at the notes, I knew right away that this was like a vanilla-centric fragrance, and that's exactly what this one ended up being. This is one out of the 4 in this lineup. It's gonna be the Empire collection, basically, and this one is called the Victor, and the other one we have is called the Regent. They both look the same. They both have this pottery style looking glass. Well, it's ceramic, actually. It's very heavy stuff. It's high quality stuff, and they both have the same details, etc., with the embossed Khadlaj on the bottom. Both of these have a similar cap, the same cap. It's plastic. It does snap onto place, and it's on there pretty well, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. And on the top in itself, itself, there is a continuation of the metal along with that K that's engraved into the same color plastic as the rest of the bottle. It does feel like ceramic, heavy quality stuff. Notes for this one, Victor, is going to be top of caramel, middle notes of floral, sweet, and in the base notes we've got musk, oud, and vanilla. Let's take a look at the atomizer, and I've already tested this one thoroughly because of the fact that this smells pretty unique. This smells like a vanilla and maybe some kind of oud or wood fragrance, and I want to use oud very lightly because there is nothing animalic about this to my nose, but it starts off like this cosmetic powdery vanilla fragrance. It literally smells like a blend of cosmetic products with vanilla. That's what it is. I can envision basically a woman that's using some foundation on like a puff or sponge or whatever they use, and they puff it on their face, and that dust of cosmetic foundation that's in the air smells like vanilla. That's exactly what this one smells like. Has a very lotion-like undertone, cosmetic vibe coming from the florals, along with this dusted vanilla type of fragrance. It's not really anything that's cloyingly sweet. There isn't too much of that caramel per se. It does sweeten things up so it doesn't go towards the bitter side of things, just smelling like a plastic or anything that's just straight up cosmetic, but it absolutely has that. As this one starts to dry down, I was starting to get a bit more of this woody nuance, which to me personally smells more of gaiac wood than any oud. The oud that's listed in the note breakdown in the base, it's nothing animalic, and as I said, to me it draws gaiac wood. It does have that musky vanilla nature from the top to the dry down. Overall, that's the best way I can describe it, ladies and gentlemen. It smells like cosmetic powder vanilla. It's unisex, believe it or not, for the gentlemen that enjoy that cosmetic vibe that usually comes from the note of iris. This one does lean towards the femme side though. It doesn't have that same makeup lipstick territory that a lot of iris and orris go into, but it has just an overall cosmetic feel to it. A beautiful fragrance, I think, that a lot of women can use as a layer or just as a simple fragrance where you want to smell good, you want to smell feminine. That's what this one is. It's like a woman who just put on makeup and walked out. It has that vibe to it. An excellent fragrance. You would not expect this to come from a brand that was releasing cheap fragrances for like under $30. I'm doing my best to describe a lot of the nuances and etc. that I get, because once we start to blind buy into $50, $60 range fragrances, it does get a little bit more testy for certain people, but I still think that the quality smells like it's worth that. Last but not least is gonna be this one right here. It's called Regent. Same presentation we went through. And the scent profile for something like this, well, let's talk about the notes first. The notes of this fragrance include nutmeg, bergamot, and saffron. In the mid, we've got rose, patchouli, labdanum, lavender. And in the base, we've got musk, cashmere, sweet sandalwood, cedarwood, and leather. So quite a few more notes than a lot of these other fragrances, and a lot more unisex style note breakdown. And that's exactly what I find this fragrance to be. I personally get this cardamom woods, similar to like halfeti type of vibes, but it's a little bit more than that. I get this incense, I get this black incense like Chapard Oud Meleki, maybe blended with something of halfeti, maybe with some more incense. I get this Tom Ford's Ebon Fumé. This is not an exact clone of any of those. There's absolutely a vibe that's similar to all of those fragrances, so if you enjoy those territorial fragrances that do cardamom, spice, incense, along with that musk, oud, etc., that's what this one is. It's a bit lighter as well in nature. I'm not gonna say the scent. The scent density, it's there. It's not going anywhere. It's pretty strong, but it's easier to wear lighter. Like, it doesn't feel like you're caking a fragrance on. And that really contributes to a more versatile style fragrance. That's how I feel about this one, and also a more unisex fragrance. Ladies that enjoy more of those woody, spicy, cardamom, incensey, bakhur style fragrances, that's exactly what this one is. It reminds me personally of bakhur. Incense and bakhur. That's what this one is like. It's an excellent fragrance. It's not something that I haven't smelled before, but it definitely smells like it's worth more than 150 bucks for me personally. So yes, it does smell like it's in a similar family that I've smelled before, but still the quality for the scent profile is excellent. Like with many of these other fragrances that Khadlaj has been dropping, and a lot of these other brands are trying to drop, really. There are a lot of brands out there that are in this territory of fragrances, but there are not many that I would personally feature, like the brand of Khadlaj. I've been talking about Khadlaj, I've been talking about a few of the other brands that I personally think deserve the price tag, and this is no shy of exactly that. Oud fire, absolutely fire. And although, like I said, although I don't enjoy this, I try to be as objective as possible, it's still a good imagination clone. I subjectively don't really enjoy imagination in general, but these fragrances, they're all worth the price tag in my opinion. Check any one of these out if anything I said interests you. This one's going to be the most unique of all three. And I mean, I can't really say that because even the Oud fire smells relatively unique to me in my opinion, although in a similar family. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Till the next video, peace.